Yes, g'day and welcome once again to the Club Prairie Fire, your home of tequila-based Tabasco drinks and wet weather scoring systems. As I mentioned in last week's show, this is the T20 World Cup Season 7 of Club Prairie Fire. And what an absolutely cracking short-form cricket show we have in store for you today. So, there has been a little bit of cricket on since we last spoke. Where to begin? Well, the Netherlands nailed Nepal. Ireland imploded against India. Uganda usurped Papua New Guinea. Australia obliterated Oman. The USA were unbelievable against Pakistan. Scotland skewered Namibia. Canada canned Ireland. Afghanistan ass-kicked New Zealand. Bangladesh belted Sri Lanka. South Africa dominated the Dutch. Australia ambushed England. The West Indies wasted Uganda. Scotland scuppered Oman. And India inched home against Pakistan.
Good.
That's it. That's all you needed to know. Thanks for tuning into Club Prairie
See you
Fire.
next
We'll
week.
see you next week. No, so much cricket to discuss in so little time. So let me not waste any more of yours. Let me bring in, well, it's one of the experts today. So please welcome Aussie Wiki Adam Gilchrist and also our international man of mystery, Ollie Silverton. They're both joining me now. But hello to you both. But gents, no Michael Vaughan. What's happened here?
No idea. No idea. Where is he? You're back in that part of the world, aren't you now, Ollie?
Yep, I'm back here, so I'll probably just pop up to Cheshire and find out. He claims he's going to be joining shortly, but let's wait and see. Who knows?
The English members of this little team were very quiet on WhatsApp over the weekend. I just posted a polite little go Australia, and Gilly, well, you less polite, but a number of Australian flags, and no response, Ollie. Radio silence. What's going on?
I was at the birthplace of cricket, France, French cricket, and I didn't get to see much of the action, sadly. So I just missed that. I was sort of semi-organising the brother-in-law's stag trip, and there wasn't much cricket on the screens, weirdly enough.
Hang on.
How
So
did we
you were
go?
over in France. You were in France when all that was taking place. So you you chose not to respond. Selectively chose not to respond to our WhatsApp group. But I'll have you know, and you're probably all over it because you typically are with this sort of stuff. France, as you say, are taking on the might of Italy in a couple of hours as we record this on a Monday night Australian time. In the sub-regional, the ICC T20 World Cup sub-regional European qualifiers. Now, I think best you and Vaughany start to take notice of that competition because the way England are going at the moment, they could well be back down there in that, having to go through those qualifiers to get to the next T20 World Cup. They're sitting behind Namibia on the table.
Yeah. So we lost to Oz, did we? I missed that. It's been a tough few weeks. We've had a few comments saying England having to qualify, but I'm sure we'll get into it with Vaughany as and when he joins.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Yes, maybe I want to see I want to hear Vaughany's opinion on all of this. Well, let's not get too deep into Australia versus England. But Gilly, you have lined up a very special guest for us a little later tonight in the pod.
I certainly have. And he's from one of the lesser known cricketing nations. We did discuss it, didn't we? Thought we'd try and take the opportunity to get to know a few of the minnow nations, for want of a better term, some of their players. All the England players said no. So I then cast my mind further abroad to the US of A. Now, I won't drop exactly who it is. All I know is I thought, I wonder how much money these blokes earn. These sort of what we would suggest are part-time cricketers in comparison to the full-blown Aussie and I will say England and the full professional. So I chucked in this bloke's name, USA, wrote his name, annual earnings. It came in, recently signed a 1-year deal, $7 million for 1 year. And then I realised that I was looking at a bloke called Aaron Jones from the Minnesota Vikings. And it's a different Aaron Jones. There you go. I've given it away from the USA cricket team. He's had a big day out, a couple of big days out already in this tournament. 94 off 40 balls against Canada. He got 30-odd and I think 11 in the Super Over against Pakistan. So Jonesy, the Jones boy that we made reference to last week, he is thankfully said yes. Can't wait. Hopefully we can... Our technology can shine through and we can get him on.
Very, very good, Gilly. Another great guest get. Now, Ollie, we might as well get your, you got a bit of a sponsor, social update, and a guest update. Is that right?
Oh,
The guest update was pretty covered there, but yeah, remember clubprairiefire.com.au is our website, which takes you to Discord, and that channel has been popping again. We'll be doing the questions at the end. We've had a few for both of the guests, but there was a social update I'm going to do, from around socials. There's a couple of great clips that are going viral there. One is the New York Times today with their front page, basically, of the sport saying India win 119 versus 113. Nothing about wickets, just about basketball score was how they're reporting that. So cricket's going viral there and doing very well. Another one has been Dale Steyn. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen this, but brilliant, where he went to a fan park, got pulled aside by a volunteer working who was teaching him to bowl and giving him critiquing, saying, you probably want that to bounce first, not bad for a beginner. So Dale Steyn has been going all over the socials and enjoyed that. But the big one is about the merch, which you can get from the cheapseats.au/collections/Club Prairie Fire. It's a shout out. This time last week, we had the first buyer, Kimron Smith from Success WA, went for the whole pack: the CPF hat, the club member t-shirt, the moral victory t-shirt, and the England team replica tee. So big fans, and our first buyer, we got that update from Bo. So remember to jump on and get your merch and join him, because we're having a few.
Oh, it's a bad sign when we can call out to all the people that have bought our merch.
Not all, the first member
Okay.
to ever get it.
Right. Okay, but not the only.
I'm not going to individually name Edmund.
We had another one this morning, which was the new shirt of Vaughany's face on a cold, wet Tuesday night that has been bought, a t-shirt from someone else. So there you go, up and of course in Scarborough.
There we go. Absolutely cooking. That is fantastic. Fantastic news. Let's. Can we just quickly recap on a little something that I said, Ollie, on the last podcast, which I was somewhat ridiculed about.
Yeah,
I predicted, and you've got it written here, I predicted that England would not score a run against Scotland. If you remember, I said that England would get 10 ducks, no runs. Well, in an odd sort of strange kind of way, I was sort of right. That game obviously got rained out of the next morning after we recorded. And so not an Englishman was seen at a crease that particular day, which is a shame, because I think the Scots, they were ripe. They were prime. They were ready. And based on what we've seen after that, there's every chance it could have been a win for the Thistle Whackers. Let's but before Vaughany gets here, let's pick another couple of results, because we do want to save England, Australia for Vaughany. Let's have a quick chat about India, Pakistan, and what a big moment that was for international cricket. Obviously, an amazing spectacle there at the Nassau County ground. Is that what I want to call it? The drop-in pitch. 34,000 fans showed up, and it was actually a really decent game of cricket, Gilly. Yeah. The Indians only scraping home by 6 runs, going all the way right to the death. Quite a good advertisement for cricket in the US, you'd have to say.
Well, a good advertisement in that it was a tight arm wrestle of a game. You weren't quite sure who was going to win. It was close. That depends what we're trying to sell it. I prefer to watch. I think if we're trying to sell the game somewhere, we need a bit more of the stuff that our guest does. He deals in boundaries only. He hits 90 of 4 or 40 and stuff like that. But as we all know, we've watched enough short version cricket to know that sometimes the dodgy pitch can produce a really enthralling game. I tell you what, though, a bunch of Pakistan ex-cricketers haven't missed their team at all. Sure, talking about socials, Ollie, and just general commentary. I mean, Salim Malik, of all people, I'm just reading comments. I'm paraphrasing now, and so I haven't heard him say it. And even if I did hear him say it, it probably wouldn't really be much to my benefit because it's in Urdu and I wouldn't know what he's saying. But I'm only trusting the translated news report that he basically accused, I think it was Imam ul Haq, of chewing up deliveries on purpose just to make it a bit more interesting. not sure if there's any other accusation that comes with that, or he just felt Imam wanted to have a bit more of a tough chase on his hand. But and then we've got Shoaib. He just said something like, "Oh, I just need to have a tweet ready every time they play." That look, he's dropped in. G'day, Skipper. How are you, mate?
Hi, guys. Sorry, I'm a bit late. Just obviously plenty going on with my BCCI stuff at the minute, so I had to just do a little bit of extra work on that and my presentation. So sorry, I'm 15 minutes late.
Well, your timing is impeccable because Gilly was just talking about your favourite team to chat about, Pakistan.
I assume, Vaughany, you're just getting that membership at the Masters at Augusta lined up. But Vaughany, I don't know if you've read it or seen it, a few vicious attacks from Pakistan former players about their team's efforts. Salim Malik insinuating that perhaps there was a bit of slow batting going on. I don't know what the exact accusation is, or if he's just saying they wanted a harder chase. 120 was too easy, so we'll just chew up a few dot balls. Who was Afridi? Shahid Afridi, father-in-law to Shaheen Shah Afridi. He says there's something going on in that camp, and he's not sure that their players are behind the captain. And he said, "I'll just wait till the end of the tournament, and I will tell you exactly how I feel. Because if I say anything at the moment, it looks like I'm favouring my son-in-law." So, yeah, all sorts of stuff flying around for Pakistan. And pretty much I'd have to say, Vaughany, I think you started this. I think you planted the seed well before the World Cup.
Well, I think so. It was Babar as captain, wasn't it? Then Shaheen Shah Afridi, and now Babar. I think they need to go back to Shaheen. I think
now.
I think clearly they're a better team when they're just juggling the captaincy around a bit.
Yeah, no, they've got to sack the chairman selectors first before they can do that.
Yeah.
What about mid-match?
Mid-match? Look, I will say this, Pro. If there was ever a team in the history of cricket to do that kind of thing mid-match, I would say Pakistan are favourites to deliver on that kind of sacking. Or let's be honest. I mean, I just think India. I mean, there's a team. Australia, you've had the wool over England's eyes for a while. England have had a little bit of a time against you in recent times, but Pakistan just cannot beat India. They can,
yeah.
I mean, they're chasing 120, and all right, the pitch is a little bit. It's an iffy pitch. I would say it probably did more when India were batting. There was more of a kind of sticky, stoppy kind of motion to the pitch when India were batting. When Pakistan batted, actually the pitch played okay, and they still couldn't get 120. They just don't believe. That's my fundamental summary of the game is Pakistan. They do not believe they can beat India. Simple as that.
There's one more bit about Pakistan. I'm sure we're going to speak to the guest about the other Pakistan game we've missed since that which has happened, which was a famous defeat. But talk about drama and a cap revelations. Rusty Theron coming out and saying there was ball tampering from Haris Rauf as well in that game has hit a fair few headlines. Obviously didn't help because USA went on to win.
Ollie, who said that?
Rusty Theron, who is a member of the USA senior national cricket team. He's been involved in the US for a long time. Said he was ball tampering. So it could be more.
What, on social media? Or
yeah, he was saying he was scratching it. Was it with his thumb? Scratching the new ball, trying to get reverse swing. I have to say, I do love the name Rusty. I think that's a great American name, Rusty.
Well, he was South African, I think, isn't he? He played in the IPL, certainly. Maybe. Maybe.
There you go.
Can we delve a bit? So Rusty's just put it out there on social, has he? Is he just?
He's tweeted. He's tweeted at ICC. Are we just going to pretend Pakistan aren't scratching the hell out of this freshly changed ball, reversing the ball that's been changed 2 overs ago? You can literally see Haris Rauf running his thumbnail over the top of the ball at his mark.
Straight to the. I mean, and he's gone straight to the ICC with that. Have they responded, Ollie?
They haven't. 133 others have, but there's been no.
I think
no
I saw they gave it a heart emoji. I think the
ICC. Or a thumbs up. Just a thumbs up.
Just gave it a radical.
with a really
Back on them.
sharp thumbnail on the end.
Oh, I should have done the thumbs up. What about this one for a little stat, lads?
Just jokes.
I
all right?
I
Let's
love a
just-
stat. That game, India v Pakistan, through the gate, made the ICC $15 million.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
What the result?
No. Yeah, they got really good odds
Maybe Salem doing something here. Jesus.
to do with the speed of the play, the balls. Hey, it was an average ticket price of $1,300 US,
Oh, how many were in there, did you say? 30 or 1,000?
34,000. So in that one match, I mean, so normally it's $120 for all the other fixtures in New York, but the tickets were $1,300 on average.
Yeah, but that's on the black market. That's because people are handing them
On
over.
selling.
That's what they get. Yeah.
But the
15 mil for the
ICC.
ICC. That's a good old ticket, isn't it? For a day.
I tell you what, though, that game, I don't know whether you guys follow the ICC or the World T20 social media, but Ricky Ponting, there was no one busier yesterday at that venue in that city than Ricky Ponting. He did a little piece to camera in the Indian change rooms. He did a little piece to camera out in the field where he was going around meeting everybody, slapping hugs, kissing, everything. He did a piece about Rohit Sharma's captaincy. He went and commentated. I reckon the only thing I didn't see Ricky Ponting do is have a shit shower and a shave in the morning before he went to the ground. Because everything else, they had a cameraman behind him. They had him mic'd up. And I mean, why wouldn't you? He is the guru. He is the.
I think you're into something there, Gil. I think that cameras should be able to follow you for a shit and a shower and a shave.
Put it in the BCCI contract. Put it in.
Yeah.
What does a viewer or a pundit learn from observing that? What do you think would be the greatest takeaway, Vaughany?
Well, it's technique, isn't it? It's technique. What you're looking for with the number one, first and foremost, the first S. Technique about your wiping skills.
Also, they say lots of great ideas come to you on the toilet, don't they? In the shower, so having a shave, so you can see the moment they choose the batting lineup or a bowler. or
that's
a
a good idea.
You could do that.
Can I say something that Joss Butler said when this week he chose obviously not to bowl Mark Wood or Jofra Archer. He started with Will Jacks. He said it was a gut feeling. Now, to me, that sounds like he's got problems with his guts because what a silly gut feeling it was. If you could see the first S, you would know if he has a problem with his guts and he's going to make a dumb decision like that.
Well, that's right. If that's going live, his morning's activities is going live. Someone and the penny dropped or something dropped in the bathroom, and then he came up with that idea and verbaled it. Someone would have had the chance to cut him off and say, no.
Yeah.
We've got two blokes at bowl 150. You don't get Jacko just to flip a couple of finger spinners up.
Should we get into Australia, England?
I didn't think we were going to talk about that game today.
Yeah.
Is that why you were late, Vaughany? Were you hoping we would cover it in the first 9 minutes?
Well, it was just it's a group game, isn't it? It's not going to count for too much. So just brush over that one.
Warner and Head got the Aussies off to a great start, 74 off 6 overs. Obviously, Will Jacks didn't really do his job. Wasn't a great gut feel. Couple of moments in it. One particular favourite, Glenn Maxwell, given the "you can't see me" wave to the English fans. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, what was that about?
Yeah.
It's a John Cena move. I don't know why he's telling the English fans that they can't see him. Is there something in that?
I think there was just
Really?
John Cena does it after a KO, doesn't it? I think it was they were giving a lot of stick that he's had not much form, and I did see a tweet that's gone viral that was it's the most English thing ever to play Glenn Maxwell into form who couldn't buy a run in the IPL. So that's obviously done very well, but I think he was getting some stick, and he did the you won't see me. But I agree with Vaughany. I think we've covered off that game enough for now.
Well, can we look ahead then? Obviously, Namibia now above England on the table. Is that right? Yes. How does England chase down Namibia?
Well, I'm slightly. I'm looking at this group stage now with a slight bit of nervousness because, from my maths, and now Scotland seem to have played some nice cricket, beating Oman and Namibia. Their net run rate, if I'm right, is at plus 2.7. Is that correct?
It is.
Yeah.
And England have got
2.1.
England have got Namibia and Oman to play, so you'd fancy that they should win those games, but they're going to have to win them quite royally because England are at the minute are minus what 1.8. Is that right?
Minus 1.8.
So they're going to have to beat Oman and Namibia, so that'll take them to 5 points level with Scotland, and then Scotland play Australia in the last group game, and I'm led to believe that Australia are going to play Ronnie McDonald, Michael Di Venuto, and the physio is going to be charging into bowl. I think England are up against it in this group now. I really do.
Gilly,
Yeah.
would Australia do that? Would they throw that last match to make England miss out?
They don't have to throw it. They just have to beat Scotland, but not beat Scotland too badly.
I just don't think it's going to be an issue because, as you just heard Michael Vaughan say, with real hesitation, he tried to confidently say that England will beat Namibia and Oman, but he actually went, well, they should beat Namibia and Oman. So I think it's done and dusted. I really do.
I've got to be honest now. And I think we as ex-England players and England supporters, we've got to be brutally honest. Pakistan get a lot of stick because they generally bring a bit of humour about competition because they seem to lose to teams. You know, they lost to the USA. They shouldn't have done, but the USA played great. If you look back at the history of World Cups, England have lost some games to some proper minnows. We lost to the Dutch at Lords once.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ireland in the last T20 World Cup, even though we won it. We would have had a job beating Scotland, chasing 110 in 10 overs. So I'm starting to... I have a bit of nervousness about it. Where is the Namibia and the Oman game?
I can pull
Yeah.
that.
Where
England
are they
got
playing?
Oh, it doesn't actually say on
You
that
know
one.
what I think the problem is, Vaughany, is that maybe it's your definition of what a minnow is. Because the other Englishman on this podcast, Ollie, his suggestion that Afghanistan was a minnow when
I think
Yeah.
we've just seen what they've done to New Zealand.
Well, speaking of minnows, earlier on, Vaughany, Gilly was mentioning there's a qualifying comp going on at the moment. Guernsey playing Belgium, a few others, and apparently you and I are going to have to pay a bit of attention to that because England might have to do that for the next World Cup. But it is okay, and I can see why this has happened, which has gone under the radar here. Scotland are doing well; they just beat Oman, and I wonder why. Well, the guy who got 61 not out of 31 is Brandon McMillan. I mean, does it get more similar than you know who? As it seems like a fake name alias. Yeah, exactly right.
I'm with you there, Alf.
We've got a new team to support England fans with Brandon McMillan getting all the runs for Scotland.
Wow, that's amazing.
I must admit, if England don't get through the group stages, it's not been a great year for them. We're having a tricky spell.
All right, let's get a little bit more positivity into this. Australia look good, in all seriousness, didn't they? Look well-rounded, well-balanced, all bases.
Just behind Afghanistan, I think, now.
They'll be what?
Just behind Afghanistan. Yeah.
All right, hey, look, somebody else has just popped in here, gents. Well, we know who the special guest is. Jonesy, I know you're listening to me. I like to do just a little intro just to bring our special guests on. I've written a little something for this evening. Bear with me if I can find it. Here we go. Our very special guest tonight, according to Wikipedia's early life section, was born in the US to Barbadian parents on 19th of October 1994 in Queens. His 94 off 40 in the opening match of this World Cup set the cricketing world alight. He followed that up with a solid 36 off 26 in regulation against Pakistan and then 11 off 6 in the Super Over to give the USA one of the biggest upsets in the history of world cricket. a man who is definitely the unlikely breakout star of this current World Cup. Please welcome Mr. Aaron Jones.
Oh, well.
Hey, there he is.
Welcome, Jonesy. My first question is, did you know that you had broken onto the scene when you got a DM from Adam Gilchrist asking
Yeah.
to come on the show?
I was a bit surprised, to be honest, but definitely happy to be here. Definitely happy to be in touch with Gilly for sure.
Yeah, we're thrilled to have you, mate. Congratulations on the tournament thus far. Must be going crazy over there. Is it sort of getting front and centre, the attention on the cricket team? I guess the Canadian matchup was one that you guys know well, having played against them a lot, but as the prof just said, it's one of the biggest scalps in the history of cricket. It must be getting some leverage there now.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. We've been speaking about these things like over the last couple of years about playing against it for member nations, playing in World Cups, and it's all coming to light right now. And the win against Pakistan is really good for the fans here in America for sure. They're really happy.
Hey, Jonesy, just great to have you on the pod and well played. You're smoking them. It's great to watch. I always like the hard questions. Would you say St. Lawrence Gap or Harbour Lights in Barbados for a night out?
Yeah. For me personally, I would say St. Lawrence Gap.
St. Lawrence, yeah. The ship in.
Yeah, that's good one. That's a good one. They had one back then. I'm not sure if it's still there now. It named Sugar Ultra Lunch. It was really good when I was younger, for sure. But I'm not sure if it's still there now.
And you're obviously playing for Barbados. Is that where you kind of got the love for cricket?
Yeah, I mean, me growing up I was born in New York, but I grew up in Barbados. I went back to Barbados to live when I was around like maybe I think 4 or 5 years old. My parents moved back. And yeah, I mean, everybody in Barbados play cricket. Whether it's for fun, whether it's you want to play professionally, whether it's just chilling with your friends, whatever the case may be. So I got into cricket pretty young, and I actually used to play soccer before that, and I was actually interested in soccer a lot. And then my parents said, well, they don't think that I'll get foreign soccer and stuff in the Caribbean, so they a bit of kind of forced me to play cricket over soccer, and
Mm.
that's the rest is history. Basically, I fall in love with the game, and then here we are today.
What position? Soccer? Are you like a Messi or
Striker.
striker?
Nice.
Of course. Used to bang in the
And
goals.
with the other sports, you may have seen last week. We have a theory, Gilly does, that if you play golf off scratch, you'll become a world class cricketer. So, how's your golf? Because a few nice tracks in Barbados, and that's why England aren't doing very well because they haven't taken their best golfers. So, how do you go with the club in hand?
Honestly, I never played golf, to be honest. A lot of my friends try to get me to play. I probably gonna start playing soon. My good friend Hayden Walsh, he always tell me, Jones, just come and give it a try. I was like you before. I never really had a big interest in it, but I guess majority of the cricketers play golf, so I'll probably find myself on a golf course sometime for sure.
Hey, Jonesy. Obviously, Jofra Archer lives in Barbados. Have you? Well, clearly, with the way that the World Cup's going, the USA are going to meet England in the semi-final. Have you ever played against Jofra?
Yeah, I played against him and I played with him as well. We actually went to school together in Barbados.
Right. And did you used to give him some licks, or did he get you?
A bit of both. A bit of both, to be honest.
Nice.
There you go. Very
Yeah,
good.
good semi-final, big semi-final. It all looks like it's going to head there, Ollie, doesn't
Sorry,
it?
are you talking about this one, Vaughany? This World Cup?
Yeah.
Oh, this one. Okay. Yeah, no, great. Hey, Jonesy, I wanted to ask you, obviously, huge historical win for America over Pakistan. Unexpected. I was just wondering what it was like in the change room after the match. Was it a huge celebration, or were you all a bit in shock, or did you party for the next 2 days? What took place?
No, it was a big celebration in the dressing room. The coach was really happy. The boys really happy. Obviously, like we going into the game, we always knew that we were the underdogs, but we wanted to definitely show the world that we have good cricketers here in the United States and that we could really and truly play at the highest level. And I think the boys had a great fight, to be honest. In all three aspects of the game, batting, bowling, fielding, and then we came up on top. And it's actually unbelievable to really and truly even come here and talk about it again. It's a bit emotional, to be honest. But yeah, we had a bit of a celebration, to be honest with you. In the dressing room, some music, some fun, and then going back to the hotel as well.
And Jonesy, what is your? I mean, for a lot of the cricketing world, everyone goes USA cricket doesn't marry up, but of course, there's a lot more cricket being played there. And you look down the list of names, and there's a blend of Caribbean flavour, there's subcontinental flavour, obviously with expat Indians and Pakistan and the like. What's your year look like in a cricketing schedule personally? Where do you play the bulk of your cricket, and how often are you with the US national team?
So over the last couple of years, we've been playing more cricket. Obviously, we have gained ODI status over the last couple of years. So I want to say, I to be honest with you, we don't have a down period in US. I know obviously like when winter time come, like some of the states snow and stuff like that, but we just moved to like the south and then play more cricket there. We have a lot of tournaments in the country. Like what I would say like mini franchise tournaments. So we call them like the Open. So like Atlanta Open, Houston Open, US Open, like also are different little tournaments that some last like a week, some last like 2 weeks, some last like 5 days. It just depends on the schedule. And then obviously we play like club cricket and stuff on weekends. There's a lot of cricket, like you can't even imagine how much cricket play in US, to be honest. And then as it relates to national team, we try to have like camps as much as possible when we don't have like fixtures. But over the last couple of years, we've been having like a lot of ODI tours. So we've actually been out of the country a lot, to be honest. I think after this World Cup, we're gonna have, I think, either 3 or 4 ODI tours before the year finished too. So
Yeah,
normally we'll
wow.
have like a camp, like maybe like a 2 week camp before the series, and then go into the series, and then after that we'll get a little down period, and then back on it again.
Jonesy, I did see something online the other day about potentially England playing an ODI series against the USA later on in the year. I can give you a bit of advice of how that could be possible. If you can build a cricket pitch near Augusta and you can get the England team on Augusta, I will guarantee you will play a 5 match series against England.
Well, let's see if it's possible. Let's see if it's gonna happen. I love to play
Yeah, well,
against England for sure.
Vaughany, I'd be careful with that because they did just take down Bangladesh in a series leading into this tournament. So
Yeah.
they will be sharpening the knives of the next. Well, I suppose another, lesser known country like England. But, Ollie, we
Yeah.
got you ready to
Well,
go
you're
there.
talking about your schedule there. Next on the schedule is India in New York. That a very interesting pick. That's pitch wicket that's throwing up all sorts, and Pakistan nearly got done. So, how excited are not just you to take that on, but one guy in particular we like shining a light on sort of lesser known countries and players, Surav Netravolkar, who's gone viral. You were obviously doing the batting, he was doing the bowling. He doesn't just bowl; he sings, he plays guitar. He's a software engineer at Oracle. What's he like? 'Cause
Oh,
he's like a
wow.
very impressive character, and he obviously played 2010 Under-19 World Cup for India.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. Actually, he's it seemed like to the media like if he's like very open and like always bubbly and stuff, but he's actually like a really quiet guy. Like really like you literally don't even know that he's in dressing room. He's like really quiet. But he enjoys singing and dancing and playing all the instruments and stuff. He's very talented, to be honest. I think majority of the team, like actually the whole team is like really exciting and looking forward to playing against India. But obviously, like the majority of the team actually came from India, so it's like a big thing for them, to be honest, to play against India. I think this is the first time any of the Indian guys on the team would actually get a chance to play against any of the Indian guys outside of leaving India when they first came to US. So yeah, it's a big game for sure, and we're looking to bring the fight again as always. We're looking to come out on top for sure.
Well, Jonesy, two of the guys on this podcast were very successful against India throughout their career. So maybe Gilly and Vaughany, no, not you, Ollie, Gilly and Vaughany, maybe have you got any advice for Jonesy leading in? Should he be coming down the pitch to Bumrah? Should he be, I don't know, is there reverse sweeping every shot? Have you got any advice?
No.
Certainly not charging down the wicket to Bumrah, put it that way. I noticed, Jonesy, I don't know what you got to do. You score 120 odd off 80 balls for the USA to get them into one-day international status. You get 90 off 40, and you weren't retained by your major league cricket team. What's going on? The Seattle Orcas.
I don't know, to be honest. I guess it is just the makeup of the team. Seattle Hawkers have some good batsmen in middle overs as well. Last year they had Klassen, Hetmeyer, Dasun Shanaka, a lot of experienced guys as well. So probably the makeup of the team, I don't know. Obviously I'm a middle order batsman as well. So it goes sometimes, not really tripping. I think they're gonna have another draft on the 16th, so most likely I'll get draft with somebody for sure.
Good timing. Good timing. Sure you'll be there.
Very, very.
Jonesy, on the Major League Cricket League, I mean, I see it's extended. I think there's 34 more games. Where do you see cricket? I mean, the World Cup's a great spectacle, and it's hopefully going to do a huge amount for cricket in the States. Where do you see that cricket could get to in America?
To be honest with you, I don't think you have a limit. To be honest, we all know that USA is a very big country as it relates to sports, and I think that when the actual American born and raised people get on board fully with cricket, it's gonna be crazy. I honestly think it's gonna be crazy over the next couple of years. Um, Even right now, like I get a lot of DMs and stuff from Americans who really and truly don't know about cricket. They're just saying we watch the game and we really and truly love it and we want you to give us more insight on the game and stuff, which is a good thing. So I think right now, the World Cup being here is a really good start, and then obviously the Major League should play definitely for years to come. That's gonna be good as well. And then in the next couple of years, most likely cricket going to be in the Olympics in 2028 as well. So that's another big thing as it relates to opening the eyes of the local people here in America. So I think it's just going to get better and bigger from here.
Yeah.
Well-
Jonesy, just saying one thing I mentioned earlier that I found very funny, and maybe I can help you get another job on the side of cricket. The New York Times wrote in the paper today, I don't know if you saw it, that just India beat Pakistan 119 versus 113, and that was it, the whole headline, like a basketball score. No wickets, no anything. So if you want to, get to writing gig as well, the New York Times might be looking for a cricket correspondent.
Yeah, it's a whole different world in the US as it relates to cricket. But we are getting there slowly. When I first played for US, I think back in 2018, it was nothing like right now. So slowly we are improving and we're getting better, and people really and truly understanding the game a lot more now. So it's just gonna get better from here, to be honest.
Jonesy, just on the US, and obviously they'll be interested in the T20 World Cup, but I'm sure over the last 2 years they've been talking about baseball, down the streets of Fifth Avenue onto Central Park. Do you hear people talking about baseball on the benches around Central Park?
Yeah. No, the only people that would really actually talk about basketball would be like the Asian guys and stuff, but not the local people for sure.
No.
Jonesy,
Just baseball.
You won't defend anyone on this podcast if you just say, "Shut up, Vaughany, you're full of shit." Okay, you won't defend anyone.
Jonesy wouldn't do that. He knows I've been in Barbados.
That's one of Vaughany's big theories from the show. The other one is, you're only a cricket great when you play and get 100 on a wet Tuesday night in Scarborough. Have you played much cricket in England at all, or been to Scarborough before? Because if not, we'll get that arranged. We're going to do a match with all of our guests. So you'll be one of the first ones on the team list.
I played in England a few times. I can't remember the year, but I played some club cricket in Liverpool. Maybe I want to say like 10 years back. I have been a scholarship
Who,
in Lord
who did
Gavin
you play
Award.
for, Jonesy?
Waver Tree Cricket Club.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. They actually sent me a message today, actually, telling me congrats and stuff. It's good. But
That's
yeah, I
nice.
really enjoy England. England is nice. I enjoy England for cricket for sure. A lot of rain, but
Do you like the
definitely
warm
enjoy.
weather over here, Jonesy?
Yeah. Trust me, it's warmer than US for sure. Definitely warmer than US. US could get crazy.
Yeah. Now, Jonesy, we on this show like to finish with a little bit of a quiz that our quiz master Ollie likes to write. He has themes. His current theme is, well, I'll hand it over. Well, are you happy to take part in it, Jonesy? It'll be about 5 minutes of your time.
Sure, that's fine.
Great.
Ollie?
So yeah, absolutely. We are just doing what happened this week. So it's a look back of through some of the games and questions on it in the Cricket World Cup as Vaughany puts his hand through his head because he may not have seen that much cricket. But we'll go and you can just shout out whenever. So question number 1. And this is whoever's nearest gets the point here. In the famous game of US beating Pakistan, Babar Azam overtook Virat Kohli to be the highest run scorer in T20 international history. How many runs has he got in T20 international history, Babar Azam? Nearest wins the point here.
4,203.
4,203.
Oh, really? We got to know that. I'll let our guest go first. I thought that might have been courteous, but
Uh,
I thought I'd give you an indication, guys.
give
You
me
know,
range.
I'm gonna say 4,500.
4,500. Gilly?
Yeah. Well, you 4-2 were you, Vaughany? I'll go 4,350.
Point for Vaughany, 4,080. Yeah.
Oh,
Overtaking it. There you go. 1. Okay. In a game a couple of days later, there were 2 Afghanistani bowlers who got the same figures when they smashed New Zealand, which were 4 for 17. Who were those 2 Afghanistani bowlers? Oh yeah, Vaughan's just got hand up. He knows it already. Do you? Okay. Well, we can do first hit.
No, I know one.
Well done.
Okay, one you can name, and the other one is the top wicket taker in the competition so far.
Faruqi.
Very good point for Aaron Jones. And the second one?
Point per name, is it?
Rashid.
Yep.
Oh, Rashid, for sure. Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Very good. Okay, so we've got
When did you get that?
2 on 1. Very good for Raki. Number 3. Who got the very rare diamond duck in South Africa versus Netherlands?
Oh, I
First
reckon. Yeah, I'm going in.
Yep.
Quentin de Kock.
That is correct. 0 without facing a ball. The first of the innings. Quinton de Kock. So I think we'll
He looked pretty happy about it too.
if we say everyone got Rashid Khan, the score's 1-1-1. I think that's fairest.
I think Jonesy got the key one there. We all could have said Rashid.
Yeah, you got the Faruqi.
I think
He got Faruqi for the point, and then
I have no idea what the score is. I'm completely confused.
We're
Aaron
level,
got Faruqi.
level, bro.
Level.
Perfect.
Everyone's got one. Vaughany got the first one. So number 4, closest wins this. Akil Hussein's figures against Uganda. What were they when the West Indies absolutely smashed Uganda? They bowled them out for 39 in 12 overs. Akil Hussein, what did he get?
I like him. Have you had much to do with him, Jones?
5 for 11 or 6 for 11.
Ooh.
Which one? Locking in. Which one are you locking in?
Okay, 5 for 11.
5 for 11.
I'll
Gilly,
go
Vaughany?
6 for 11. I'll go 6 for 11.
Gilly?
5 for 12.
Aaron Jones, 5 for 11 is exactly right. He's been watching some cricket. Very good.
Very good.
Jones, have you had much to do with Akil Hussein?
Yeah, we actually played club cricket together in Barbados. Yeah, I'm pretty cool with the
Yeah,
West Indies guys.
yeah. I read that you've sort of played a bit of time, spent a bit of time with Shea Hope and Jason Holder, but Hussein, he's a cool dude. I like the way he rolls.
Yeah. Good guy too.
In fact, I think most of you from that region roll pretty in a cool manner. So it's fair to say it wasn't
Yeah,
exactly breaking the something we didn't know there, was I?
love it. And number 5, so 2-1-1 is yesterday. Well, 2 days ago, once this comes out, India played Pakistan. What win percentage did India hit at one stage in the game? The lowest they hit. Nearest wins.
15.
On the
15.
win predictor.
15%.
Okay, 15 from Vaughany.
I'll go 21.
21.
12.
Oh,
The answer is 8. Aaron Jones with another one with an absolute whitewash. Yes. Rishabh Pant shared it on his socials today. A screenshot of him keeping the crowd, and then the win predictor score was one of the whole images that Pant shared. 8% they hit
I'd
when
have to
they
say,
got 80 for 3.
yeah,
whatever
one
it
of the
was.
joys of summer is how confused you guys get when you're commentating when the win predictor comes up, and just how ridiculous some of the.
Yeah, it does mark War's head in. But remember a
Yeah.
few years ago, India in the Test match in Brisbane, they were 1%,
Mm.
and they won it.
Mm.
They won it. So yeah, it's never wrong at the end of the game. The win predictor. That's a good
No,
thing.
it's very good. Well, thank you very much, Jonesy. Congratulations. You are our quiz champion. And thank you once again for coming on our humble little podcast. Very good of you. And a very, good luck against India. Hope you do to
Take them
them what you
down,
did to
Jonesy.
Pakistan.
Yeah.
Thank you
Take
so
him down.
much, and thanks for having me as well.
If in
Good on you,
doubt, I'll
mate.
give you some advice I got, Jonesy, off Darren Lehman back in the day when he used to say, if ever you're in any doubt when you're batting, and I think you're this style of player, there's never, ever any fielders in the car park.
Yeah. Good advice. I'll take that advice for sure.
Yeah, and if Bumrah's, if you've got any doubt against Bumrah, just think car parking.
Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful. I think it's a bit of a toast from
So-
Gilly, which we do for our fans.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Jones,
Do we need Jonesy to get his files, or we're just going to do a quick toast?
Just a quick toast to Jen. That's fine. Yep.
Apologies.
Yep.
Jonesy, if you don't mind hanging around for an extra
30 seconds.
minute and a half here.
Sure.
Beautiful. All right, Gilly, all that's left to do is your toast, mate. On you go.
Yeah. Now, Jonesy, I'm not sure whether you're aware, but of the total distribution of tequila out of Mexico, I believe someone told me 85% of it goes into the US of A. I'm not sure whether you're a consumer of it yourself, but we on the podcast are very big fans of it. But is it? Do you like a tequila?
Yeah. I have it once in a while for sure.
All right. Is there any particular brand that you prefer, or any?
Casamigos.
You wouldn't
Don
believe
Julio.
that. Look at
Hey, look
Don
at that.
Julio is a
that is not set up either. Well, for that, mate, what we do, the Prairie Fire is just can be Casamigos, can be any tequila. 3 drops of Tabasco just to spice it up, just to liven it up and give it a little bit of a turbo injection. And the toast today is to you, the way you've done that for your team, kickstarting what's already been an amazing T20 World Cup campaign. And all the best to you, mate, and we can't wait to watch you hopefully take down a few more of the big nations. So cheers, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Jonesy.
There you go.
Oh,
Wow.
All right, that
Yeah.
was Club Prairie Fire. You can find us at Club Prairie Fire on all socials and also on YouTube. We will see you next week for more T20 World Cup action. Adios.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Ta-ra.
Thanks for watching. I cannot believe you made the end, but glad you did. Chuck us a like and also subscribe so we can get some sponsors.